Kay, and today we're going to be making wacky sacks. Now, if you don't know what wacky sacks are, I will read you what it says here. For those of you with confused looks on your face wondering what the heck wacky sacks are, here is a little background about how they came about. My friend recently returned from touring Europe, and she brought home these little stress ball things. The stress balls from Europe were balloons filled with flour. While flour is very cheap, a couple of them popped after too much use, and there was flour everywhere. My creation doesn't use flour, it uses Play-Doh. But we are also going to be making the Play-Doh to put in them. So this is kind of a double DIY thing for you guys. Okay, so to make Play-Doh, what we need is 3 cups flour, which I have flour here, 1 cup cold water, a cup of salt, 2 teaspoons oil, so I have vegetable oil, and food coloring, or powdered paint, but honestly, I don't have powdered paint. I wasn't honestly aware that was a thing. So what we're going to do, oh, and a bowl, of course. What we're going to do is we're going to take 3 cups of flour, a little measuring cup out, Three cups flour, okay? Oh my, that made a mess. 1 cup cold water, so we're gonna need the same thing. And this has been in the fridge for all day. Pour it in the same bowl. I recommend at least mentioning this to a parent before doing it, because you are using a lot of salt. I mean, you're going to need a cup out of this whole thing, and that's quite a lot, especially if your parents use salt a lot, you know? Okay, so that's a cup of salt. Pour that in there. And 2 teaspoons oil, so I have a teaspoon. Vegetable oil. One teaspoon. 2 teaspoons, and food coloring or powdered paint. Like I said, I have food coloring. I hope to make this purple, but first I'm going to stir this a little bit. What you're going to end up doing is kneading it until you have a Play-Doh consistency. And I am now realizing I did not put nearly enough food coloring in this, so in a minute we will add quite a bit more of that. Because I expected a lot of this to kind of melt together, but it's really kind of chunky, if you can see that. Okay, yeah, we're going to add a lot more food coloring. This is very messy as well, so do this in a place that is able to get dirty. I'm doing this on my desk. I mean, it's your choice whether you want to color it or not. I thought I would make it purple. It is not becoming purple, it is more just tiny pieces are colored with red and some colored with blue. It's not really doing hardly anything, dare I say. This is still what I have. I think I might leave it like this because it is Play-Doh-ish. Kind of chunky Play-Doh, like after Play-Doh like slightly hardens, but it's not hard. It's just the like chunky consistency of after it hardens. But I don't know, because it's also not hard at all. To make the actual wacky sack, you're going to need balloons, Play-Doh. You can make the Play-Doh like I just did, or you can buy Play-Doh. Might be a lot easier. I just thought that this would be a fun little activity to try. Now the only thing is I have no clue how to get it into the balloon. That did not go as planned. So what we're going to do is we're just going to try and kind of stuff it. How did they do this? Okay, you know, I'm just going to come back to you when this is done because this is a lot of work. It's very time consuming. Alright guys, so anyway, here's my Play-Doh-y stuff that isn't all too Play-Doh-ish. And then I filled the balloon about to there with the Play-Doh consistency stuff. And the next step to creating a wacky sack is to squish it between your hands like this to make it kind of flat. And then you will see it immediately puffs back up, which is kind of annoying for the moment because I'm going to be drawing on it. And you're going to take a Sharpie, okay? You're just going to draw a face on it. And that's your wacky sack. My wacky sack now has a face. And here's the face. The good thing about these though is the squishiness. Like, it'll keep you busy, you know, you can take this to school, just kind of start squishing it between your hands. Make sure it doesn't pop. And I recommend finding an easier way to stuff these because that took me at least half an hour to stuff. To get it to there. And that's like hardly anything. So I recommend finding a much easier way to stuff these. And then once you find one, tell me because I just sat there and stuffed it full and I even cut a little hole in the top on accident by doing that. And I ended up using a pencil to go in and kind of shove it down to the bottom. But they are very fun to play with. You just send me photos or videos of you making them and what you think of it. It's rather entertaining, I will say, to just kind of sit here and squish. And it makes a kind of fun noise with the air left in the balloon. Because like it didn't go all the way to the bottom, so there is a little bit of air there. So when you hit that, it makes a fun noise. Yeah. So that's all I have for this video. Here's my wacky sack, which was actually a lot of fun to make. I do recommend trying this at home, especially if your kids have a problem with needing something in their hands. Because I know I get that every now and then, like if I don't have something in my hands, it can be hard to focus, or you know, you start playing with your fingers and you're just like, you know, trying to do something to keep yourself busy so you can focus. I think this is a big help with that already. So, goodbye guys.